Nice to meet you, Zalim.
Yeah, same to you.
So what are the key benefits of using Kotlin to build web applications compiled to WASM?
Well, key benefits with Kotlin and Compose Multiplatform, of course, is we have a great ecosystem with Kotlin and Compose Multiplatform. You can basically use your experience, use our ecosystem we have here, and with Kotlin Multiplatform, you basically decide yourself, like if you want to share UI logic or you just want to share your business logic, and how it's up to you how much business logic you want to share. Speaking about web applications, why it's worth to targeting web applications. Web is a great target. It's a huge platform. Actually, it's available almost everywhere on every devices. Big advantage of web applications is like it's super easy to distribute. You just, in extreme case, you just need to distribute your static files. It also easy for end users to run such applications because everyone has browsers. They just open URL and it just work. With modern browser APIs, with modern browser APIs, you can emulate native-like experience with web applications. You can install it into your system. They will look like native applications. They capable to show notifications, work offline. Many features available in browser APIs.
So very easy deployment, and we can get great native, almost native performance.
Yeah, especially with WebAssembly, you can get close to native performance, which is quite important. You know, like on top of other things we already mentioned, if it just works as native application, it's yeah. You just don't see any difference in many cases.
I have to admit, for somebody like myself that remembers DLL hell and the pain of distributing MSC applications 20 years ago, being able to just put it on a web server and have somebody download it and have near native performance is very appealing.
Yeah. I feel you.
So how does this fit with modern browsers starting to ship with AI native?
AI things is something new, you know. Especially inside browsers. Most of drivers of these initiatives inside browsers are Google with Chrome and Microsoft with Edge. And within these browsers, there is many experiments and many APIs already available by default, and they're stable enough already to use, like Translator API, Language Detector API. Recently, a few days ago, they officially state General Prompt API also is stable. Yeah, it's quite useful. It's quite new, and you need to keep in mind the availability of these features. But when it's available, you can provide faster, better experience for users. It may work offline, and also it's important it will be cheap for you.
Earlier, one of the talks explained this as you want AI to be an enhanced experience, so you can fall back to the normal features if it's not supported in the browser version that you're running in or the device that you're on.
Yeah, that's right. Since these features not available everywhere, you need to keep in mind, and it's nice to design your application from the beginning the way, like, with this feature, you mostly build additional things, not core things of your application. So you can easily off these features when it's not available. Other way to work with these APIs, if you want to provide these features based on these AI APIs, in any case, you can fall back to Cloud AI. Also, you can fall back to another on-device AIs run inside browser, but built with not built-in API, but on top of libraries, which provide inference capability inside browsers. In this case, main difference is with built-in API is cheaper. Browser like they take care about downloading, caching model files. When you use external libraries and external models in your application, you need to care about these binaries, these files yourself. But still, you have other benefits of web AI in general, like with local inference, with fast response for AI-dependent features. So yeah, it's really depends on your use cases.
Where do you see WASM and edge AI or on-device AI going in future?
WebAssembly in edge AI feature may play different roles. I actually did thought about it much. Like edge AI, I think it's not only about mobile devices. Actually, I think about it in more wide ranges, like there's distributed small devices, taking some information, some sensors around us, and in general, outside of AI things, WebAssembly is nice in usage on these devices because it's small. WebAssembly runtime is small and it is designed to be portable. So it's quite simplify distribution your this application on many different devices. Speaking about AI, many libraries inside browser using WebAssembly as last resort for AI inference because with WebAssembly you can reach also native performance, still be able to be portable. Yeah. So in this sense, WebAssembly is quite important. But as I mentioned, for AI specific things, it's last resort because for inference, it works better if you have a GPU or some specialized devices. So in browsers, usually libraries trying first WebNN, then they try if there's WebGPU, and only after that they using WebAssembly. Same probably could be done on small devices across the world. I'm not sure about WebNN, but WebGPU actually it's turned out so nice API and multi-platform API, so it's widely used outside of browsers as well as like high-level multi-platform API to work with GPU.
That's cool. That's really interesting. I didn't know about those. So I'll be doing some Googling later to learn a bit more, or maybe asking my favorite LLM.
Sure.
So if I've understood this rightly, you've done some work in compiler development as well in the past.
I continue working on compiler. In general, my team in general working on like whole Kotlin WASM experience. So more or less, we started like being responsible for everything from beginning to end for user experience. Now we slowly trying to afford some less relevant to compilation things to our other Kotlin sub teams. Like recently we stopped working on AZ features. We stopped working on build those features. And core thing for us right now is working on compilation, on interop, debug information things, making sure it's compiled quickly, it's convenient to use, but still, I treat myself as responsible for final end-to-end user experience. So I trying to use our tooling end-to-end using IDE, debugging application, developing some application. Last time for this talk, actually, big part of demo application I built with AI. Basically, I vibe coded a big part of this application, and later just take a look inside and clean up things. But AI was good actually with building this application, quite good. I think for during last year, AI capabilities in terms of writing code was evolved a lot.
Okay, I love that you take end-to-end responsibility for that. We need more software engineers that do that. So with the compiler background and you mentioning all the AI, what I really wanted to ask you is, where do you see the future of programming language development going in the age of AI? We've had Vercel recently published Zero, a new language for AI, and people talking about AI producing ASM directly. What are your thoughts on where does programming languages go for AI?
Yeah, it's a tricky question. Actually, the way how AI and coding agents works today is quite close to how people work, and many things what we can do for AI or for people can be useful for both. So it's one example is probably round trip time between from changes to when you see results. So this thing should be as small it is, the better for both people and AI. And even before AI boom, we stated as a goal for my team for Kotlin WASM experience, at least what we for compose applications, for example, our target is reaching the experience where you change something, some relatively small change, from this change to when you see on the screen result, the compiled result should be under the second. We actually quite close to these numbers for simple compose applications. To do that, we for development especially, it's important for us to control whole compilation pipeline. So at the end, we actually did this compilation pipeline incremental, and actually in 2.4 recently we turned on by default incremental compilation for Kotlin WASM. So in simple applications, it's 2 times faster. For bigger applications, we actually observed 5 times faster.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, back to original question. So we need to have fast round trip from compiler, from front end, in case of if there's some language related problems, and in worst case at runtime, how it looks like at runtime, if it works at runtime. Aside from that, of course, we need to have some tooling allowing AI somehow observing application at runtime, how it looks like, working with this application somehow. Another things what I have on top of mind is quality of compiler diagnostics. I think it is the place where we also can put some effort and get benefit for AI and for people as well, making our diagnostics errors warnings more understandable, referencing to some documentation, giving some recommendation how to fix it. Maybe we can even use AI inside these diagnostics, some special trained AI maybe on top of static diagnostics. We can somehow use AI. So then we will have AI helping AIs and people.
So that sounds very much that you think that the way forward is building solid toolchains and improving the toolchains rather than building brand new languages for them.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, the way how LLMs is built, how they work, I think it is better to use the existing languages, existing tools, because AI is familiar with things what AI already saw, and AI LLM is work. AI is working better with things similar what already was in learning inputs.
Yeah, so they're going to work far better with languages where there's lots of training data already. So languages that are already mature. Any final thoughts then on the future of AI in Kotlin?
I don't know. Future will be bright in any case, I think. So, and we put a lot of effort to make it bright, to make it enjoyable. Yeah, I think it should be enjoyable using tools. Maybe our tools will be changed a lot. I don't know how much it will change, but enjoying what you do is the most important thing.
Awesome. Thank you, Zalim. And if anybody wants to follow what you do and follow your talks, how can they best find you? What's the best place to look for you?
Yeah, you can easily find me in the internet by last name Bashorov. You can find my site bashorov.com, and there is all informations our contacts site. I have social contacts in many networks, so I'm happy to chat about WebAssembly, Kotlin, AI things. Open, always open. Thank you for these discussions.
Awesome. Thank you very much.